All right, cuties, thank you guys so much for joining me for this video. I wanted to bring you Mel'S live from today. This will be part 1, and she is discussing all things and people of Love and Marriage Huntsville. And for me, I am heartbroken for her. When you get into all of the details, it's like, damn. Protect Black women at all cost. And in her case, it was not done. But you guys take a look. I'll be back at the end with a little more commentary.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Hey, come on in. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Hello. Let's see who we've got in here today. What is today? Wednesday. Oh, gosh, y'all, I feel like time be flying. It's crazy. But we are here. We are here. Hey, what's up? I received my product. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad you received it. That's what we like. That's what we like to hear. That's what we like to hear. Let's see. We've got Somali Queen is in here. I see my mom is in here. Tea Talk with your girl. Chit Chat with QT. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Come on in the room. Hey, Yvonne. She and I were literally just texting, y'all. So the fact that she done popped in over here on this live is funny. Let's see, we've got Captain Venus, Beach Waves Travel, Wente Talk. The party was lit last night. No, that's why I sound like this today. The party really was lit last night. Brown skin girl, the party was lit last night, okay? It really was, child. Let me tell you, kids are just so, man, they're so innocent. On Brit's blog, hey, they are just so innocent and beautiful beings, you know what I mean? And it's so funny because let me tell y'all what they was doing. First of all, Sugar Mama has her friends of Mariah's that she thinks are her friends. So she had them over there playing with her. All the other kids, at times they were dancing because of course DJ Canavis brought his DJ equipment and slushy machines and did all that. But they were also like playing hide and seek. I remember one time one of the little kids came and said, excuse me, can I get the key to your truck? Because we're playing hide and seek. And they hid in the truck, I think, and locked the door. I said, y'all better tell them to get out of my truck. Now y'all can play, but don't be getting in my truck. So they running around, y'all, at 13, playing tag, playing hide and seek. Then a song will come on that they know or that they like, and they get to move and get to dancing. It was just beautiful. And I literally wanted, and I'm gonna give everyone time to get in here. Y'all spread the word, share the live. I literally wanted to, go all out like a mom does, okay? Food with the chef. We're gonna, that girl said they wanted Chick-fil-A sandwiches. So, hey, Reese Odom, what's up, Soror? Canavis is in the house. Millichan just joined. Hey, y'all. So I was like, Chick-fil-A sandwiches. You ask your friends. Yes, ma'am. I asked them that we want Chick-fil-A sandwiches. So I had to go pick up one of the little kids after school. So I went and picked her up. And some of them got in my car from school. Some of them, the rest of them, their parents, it was about 13 of them. Their parents dropped them off. Then I had to take some home after the party. But when I tell y'all, they had a good time. They got their little Chick-fil-A sandwiches. I got some subs from Firehouse Subs. They loved it. Like, this is what was said to me. On the way back home after we dropped off the last kid last night, I said, so did y'all enjoy the party? Mariah was like, yes, this was like the best party ever. I was like, maybe I've been doing too much because this all it takes. This is all it takes to be like the best party ever? Wow. Like they were just entertained. Yes, ma'am, this was fun. I'm like, okay, maybe I'll try to be a little nice and let kids come over more often or something. Maybe I'll do that because, usually I'm that parent to be like, no, we even have no bunch of kids over, But yeah, they were like, it was the best party ever. And Boss Baby had piano and voice, so I had to go pick her up. And so she had to leave the party to go to piano and voice. So look, when I brought her back and we pulled up, she Boss Baby gonna say, "Oh shoot, Mama, I'm back at the party." I looked at her. I said, "Girl," she said, "What, Mama?" I'm just saying, I'm back at the party. I said, "Ooh, child." I said, when these kids, that's why I gotta stay in shape. I gotta stay in shape. I gotta stay moving, because baby, I can tell right now my kids are gonna probably be the kids throwing the parties at 18, 19, 20, 21, having the people over, throwing the parties, and I'm gonna be right out there. I'm gonna be right out there with them. They're gonna be like, "Dang, here come Mom. God dang, yep, way." So y'all, their personalities, man, they are so funny. They are so funny to me. They are so funny. But yeah, Canava said kids club. Facts. Canavas, when they around here acting like it was a whole kids club. Man, they was acting like they was at a whole kids club, baby. I was like, "Ooh, child." It was funny though. It was fun. It was funny. Good energy, good vibes. So yeah, Mariah's 13 now. I can't believe I got a teenager. That's crazy. Mel, you look so much like your mom with dark hair. So pretty. Oh, thank you. You know, I've gotten that before when I've worn dark hair. When people say I look a lot like my mom. So yeah. It shouldn't be nobody's business. Y'all in here. Them kids was yelling, "Wipe me down." Yes, they were. Yes, they were. They were yelling, "Wipe me down." They was running over there giving a song request to DJ Canavis, and it was just a lot of fun. He in there making up them slushies. Canavis didn't even get a slushie yesterday, but he in there making up them slushies, honey. It was great. It was really fun. It was really fun. So no complaints at all. So first of all, I want to thank all of you for coming over. I know everybody has so much to do, and you know everybody's busy, but I appreciate y'all being in the room. I'm gonna start out by saying that it is disheartening that I even have to do this. I'll start there. It is disheartening that I even have to do this. And I have literally spent the last probably like 3-4 months now. Spent the last 3-4 months just really being more silent. I feel like when you're silent, that's when you can hear. And so I've spent a lot of time being silent and trying to sit a little bit, pray. A lot of y'all joined me on the Universal Fast, and that was amazing. And just overall clarity, right? Overall clarity. And it's been great, to be honest. Some of my team has been like, "Ooh, we don't know how much longer you gonna be able to keep being quiet." You know, shoot, I was wondering if you was gonna be able to keep doing it. And I've been doing it. And that was a time. I posted a scripture the other day. You know, there's a time for peace, there's a time for war. And I do feel like there's a time to be silent and there's a time to speak out. And sometimes as the Scorpio in me, I'll say, I will pull back, which you guys have been able to see a lot by way of this show. When I start feeling a different energy or a questionable energy, I will pull back and just observe. I'm going to pull back and I'm going to watch your moves. I'm going to see what you do, how you move, who you're talking to, how you're talking. And I'm going to just watch. And then from there, I'll be able to make the determination of whether or not this is something or someone that needs to be in my life or not, right? And so that's kind of what I've been doing. Sitting back, trying to see what hand people were going to play, what people were going to do, what they were going to say. And it's been interesting. It's been interesting. It's been disheartening. It has been saddening to an extent. but it's also been confirmation for me. It's also been confirmation for me just by sitting. Now, I'm going to be honest with you all. I have not been watching the show this season. So I may have to rely on some of you all who have been watching to help me through maybe some things I missed or that I don't know that maybe made the cut or not. Because honestly, I've only seen clips here and there. Sometimes I'll scroll on Instagram and I'll see clips of the show and I'll keep scrolling because I don't want to see it. But sometimes I watch the clips that pop up on Instagram. And so I have seen some of the clips. I have not seen one full episode this entire season. So y'all probably gonna have to help me some. But I can speak to and attest to the things that I was a part of that are factual, that I know to be facts. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start out with, and I'm gonna tell y'all this right now too. This is not gonna be a back and forth thing. It's not gonna be a situation to where I'm gonna speak today and, oh, somebody's gonna say something tomorrow and, oh, Mel's gonna come back and say something else. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not in the position, in the mood, in the realm mentally to do back and forth with people. That's not what I'm gonna do. So I don't want you to think there's about to be some turned up anything because if anybody says something, Mel's coming back. It's not. I'm gonna lay out the facts. I'm going to give y'all the receipts. I will probably do an extended at some point. An extended sit-down interview that will be a one-time sit-down as well, 9 times out of 10. But I'm not doing back and forth with anybody. So I don't want y'all to think that that's what's about to happen because that's not what's going to happen. So let's get into it. I have watched this season of filming and the scenes I've been in and the clips that I've seen and I've been privy to. I've watched, and the one word that I have come up with that I would use to describe all that has been going on and the people involved, there's one word which I've shared with my team months ago, and that word is delusional. The word is delusional. I'm like, they delusional. Like, this is crazy. I've never seen me firsthand someone who has been a victim of something be attempted to be made out to be the villain, right? Until this show. There are some parts that I will say due diligence was not done. Due diligence includes asking the other party as a production team, asking questions versus just running with what one person says. When you begin to do that and you begin to put out false narratives that you have not confirmed, that have not been proven true, right? Then at that point, you are putting yourself in the position of being liable for libel and defamation. And what I can tell you guys for sure is there have been a lot of narratives out that I wasn't even asked about. Didn't even know were being spewed or being said and what definitely wasn't asked about. So when I look at and think back to clips that I've seen where there has been defense of behaviors, of decisions, but nobody asked me for proof that I could have easily provided, by the way. But now we're on the reunion stage and want to act shocked. Well, you should have asked me, the victim in the situation. I could have pulled the paperwork and showed you. what the outcome was. But you didn't ask because you really didn't want to know. Because see, the truth wouldn't align with your agenda. I'm going to say that again. The truth would not align with your agenda. So instead of doing your due diligence and asking and being given the necessary proof to then change maybe the direction you were trying to go, you decided to stay quiet, you and your team, and not ask any questions. Right? But now we're shocked when the facts come out and I'm finally asked on the reunion stage, what we jumping up for now? This could have been asked. I could have been told you. I could have been told you this. It's my, I can go pull the records. It's my documents. What do you mean? Okay. So that explains, this reaction for me explains why you guys felt comfortable to use this entire season of this show to downplay, to negate the facts, to run with things that, as you know, could have been true, could have not been true, but you didn't want to know the truth. And to build people up to think that maybe the other part was the truth. So everyone decided to have an opinion, but nobody decided to ask me what was what. Ain't that interesting? Then we get to finally another castmate coming out saying, oh, we've all known about this. It wasn't a secret. We all have known. We've all seen, the guys have seen this video and they this and they that. Right? Now we hear that. So then it becomes a, bet. It becomes a bet. Because if they have been privy to and knew all along what the facts were, what the truths were, how is it that y'all had no problem spending an entire year acting as if you don't understand why there is a separation? Why you don't understand why there's no conversation? And speaking of conversation, let's be honest. I don't have a desire to converse with people who are actively, daily striving to destroy me. It does not matter who you are or what we created together in the past. I have no desire to do that. So if it's not about my children, there's not a conversation to be had. So even that narrative, untrue. There is no, oh, Melody acts this way here and then she acts this way. There's no, Melody acts the same. Melody sits way over on another side, way over there, way over there, way over there. What are you talking about? So no, unlike a lot of the people here, I don't put on for the camera. And to be honest with you, I think that's part of the issue, is that I refuse to just put on for the camera. Will I attempt to be cordial? Absolutely. Attempt to try to reconcile, depending on how far you've gone. That's the other thing. Depending on how far you've gone, how far you've taken it, and what true efforts you're giving. I'm open, depending on how far you've gone and what your efforts look like. Unfortunately, in this, what had been this situation for me, very few would be given that opportunity to be close to me again. Okay? And so, there's no, for me, there is no, hey, I'm gonna be this way and then we'll be this way. Nah, I'm the same. Every place you see me at. Pull up, drop off, drive off if I'm doing that day. It's what it is. There's no conversation. But I get it. It fits the narrative, right? That Mel is just difficult and Mel is just fake and Mel's phony and Mel's this whole narrative that has been spewed into the minds of what were once castmates of mine by the producer. I'm gonna say producers. And that seemed to be better than pushing the facts. You guys say there's never any reconciliation when it comes. You guys said there was never really any reconciliation when it came to Love and Marriage Huntsville. Do y'all think that people really wanted there to be? Production-wise? Because for me, I'm not on the outside looking in, I'm in. And what I'm going to say is there was no desire for reconciliation amongst the group. No desire for reconciliation. That's why when you watch television and there is conflict, there's conflict, there's a climax of the situation, and then there's a resolution, right? The resolutions never lasted because they didn't want it to last. Okay? I attempted to ease down the chaos. I mean, this season, I don't know if y'all paid attention, but I usually won't even let people in my house. I'd be like, it was only a couple of people that I would let film in my house. And they knew, because I would tell them, nope, these are the people right here, this person, this person, this person. They can come into my home. This is my sanctuary. This is my place of peace. They're welcome into my home, yes. But that's it. This season, I opened it up a little bit more, did I not? I did. I opened it up a little bit more, right? Again, these are your attempts at reconciliation and trying to move forward and trying to get everybody back to that positivity, black excellence, so to speak, that we like to talk about, that I think people don't even be knowing the real definition of. And so let's talk about that right there. Let's talk about that first. I want to shout out some people I saw come in. I saw Braylon J come in here. I saw True T come in here. I saw Mr. Defy Gravity, Ivan. I saw you come in here. Hey, welcome, welcome. Y'all share the live. And I'm gonna sit here and take this thing slow, because one thing that I've learned is some people lack comprehension skills, and they'll listen to something, and I have heard things that I said and it became something totally different. And I'm like, that's not what I said. What? Well, how do they run a title like this on their YouTube channel? That is not what I said. And so there are some people who do a great job, and there's some people who just lack comprehension skills. So I'm going to make sure we all understand, and hopefully this will decrease, some of that, okay? So I had a scene. Let me get this code on this phone. I had a scene, and the first thing I'm going to show you guys is just the start of a number. Right here. A start of a number. A start of a number. Okay? 256755, and I'm not going to say the rest, the last four. The date of this call was July 19th. Y'all see July 19th? July 19th. Okay, y'all see it? 256755 at 1:34 p.m. Let me go over and show you how long the call lasted. Now remember, this is call number 2 on the screenshot from my Verizon phone bill, number 2. So let's scroll over and get to call number 2. That's 21 minutes. Okay? 21 minutes. Y'all see that? That's 21 minutes, okay? So there was a 21-minute phone call that happened. Now, let me show you guys this. So remember that, July 19th, 21 minutes. Okay. And here is July. Can y'all see that? Let me tell you what it says. There's Friday, July 19th, scene 1 melody, 11:30 a.m., 106 Jefferson. Let's look right here. And I'm going to bring it together for y'all. But we got to do it right. There we go. There we go. July 19th. 11:30 a.m., 106 Jefferson, right? So let's go to Google and put in 106 Jefferson. So if that call time was 11:30, and then I made a call at 1:30 something that lasted 21 minutes, let's talk about it. I'm going to Google 106 Jefferson for you so y'all can see the images of what 106 Jefferson is. We're going to see if it looks a little familiar to any of you. Let's see. If it looks familiar. Can y'all tell me where that area location looks like to you guys? Can y'all see that? What space does this remind y'all of? Let me click a picture and make it bigger. This is the rooftop bar at 106 Jefferson. Hey, Jay Taylor. So this is the rooftop bar. What does that look familiar? I'm looking for y'all. What does that look like? What does it? If y'all who've been watching, what does that look like? I see some of y'all got it right. Absolutely. So, yeah, y'all got it right. Hey, Miss Deborah, 69 and fine came in here. Yes, Miss Deborah. So a lot of y'all got it right. The one-on-one scene with Kimmy. Yes. So Kimmy and I have this scene. And when I first get there, right, I don't really want to talk about the stuff they want us to talk about. I actually didn't want to talk about it when we worked out here at my house. But let me tell you the task that was given to me. Hey, you heard about such and such? Yes, I've heard about it. Everybody knows about it. Well, none of them want to talk about it. And we ain't going to be able to not talk about it. So we need you to try to get her to talk about it. Because we can't not talk about it. It's everywhere. I'm like, but look now, if she don't want to talk about it, now I'll push a little bit, but I ain't pushing too much because I ain't doing it. But okay, I'll try. Great. So we had that here at the house. And if you notice, I tried to push just a little bit, but when I saw it was a total shutdown on it, it was kind of like not going to go nowhere anywhere else. I'm like, okay, cool. So then we have a one-on-one scene where I just showed you guys. And I really didn't want to talk about it. And I'm like, she don't want to talk about it. So I'm sitting here trying to be like, no, I'm not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about it. You said you don't want to talk about it, and we're not going to talk about it. Right? But then the conversation continues to happen. So what I showed you guys was a phone call that took place that day right after. And I you know, the one who doesn't want resolution and who's like bitter and mad and angry and fake and phony and all this stuff. I called Kimberly and I said, hey, so I just want to let you know, girl, I do not care nothing about this stuff, no lipstick, no none of that. I said, you know, production got me asking y'all this and asking these questions. I do not care. We talked for 21 minutes. I just showed y'all the phone call. Her response to me was, girl, I already know. I already know this production. I said, girl, yes. I said, honestly, I ain't even trying to do no drama for real. I wish we could get away from the drama. We have a whole 20-something minute conversation. And I'm like, I don't care about it. I don't care about it. They're making me ask about it, but I really don't care. But you asked me in this scene not to mention it again. And I said, and I'm going to tell you what, you don't never have to worry about me mentioning it again. And that's what it was. Conversation over, ended well, no problem, no animosity, nothing. See, that's how you get to resolution, right? As a cast. So that is why y'all then saw a scene after that where she was welcomed into my home, not just in my garage this time. Because we had such a great combo, a 21-minute combo that I just showed y'all. So I'm like, yeah, she can come out and say, oh, you know, I told the production, I said, y'all know what, I'm going to make my rotel dip. I said, they used to love when I made my rotel dip, and I kind of want some anyway, too, so I'm going to make some rotel dip. I made rotel dip. Came to my home. We ate. She brought a bone to me. And even in that, I'm going to be real with y'all. I literally don't even be that mad for real about people. I know we've got to have conversations that somebody's got to tell it. I don't even be tripping on it like that. But it makes it interesting to me when I see a title of Melody is addressed about her double standard. I've never told anybody on this show not to bring social media to me. Never. Ever. I've never done it. So if you want to say a double standard would be me saying, hey, don't bring social media stuff to me, and then I bring social media stuff to you. That's a double standard. I've never told people what not to talk about when it came to me. Never. Now, there was some conversations amongst other folks, but I never said what not to talk about when it came, because I always felt like if I'm going to do reality TV, I want it to be real. I want it to be real. I want it to be authentic, because the audience can feel when things are real and when they're not. They can feel it. You can tell, and that's what makes scenes not make sense. Whenever 1 minute people are about to fight, and then the next week they're all sitting up in a crowd together, bunched up like a bunch of peanuts in a bag. That's when it becomes to the point where we're no longer doing reality TV. And now you are trying to maybe just be actors and actresses. And I when I want to do that, I go learn a real script for a movie. I don't come to reality TV to do that. So I'm a little different when it comes to that. And again, I think that's some of the issue, but that's fine. Comes in, we eat, have a conversation. Actually, when the cameras go down, we actually stay longer. Now, I have cameras up there in the room because we sat in my sunroom. So y'all know the little area where you can, I've shown y'all before, you kind of look outside and see my backyard. You see the trees and all that. Well, that's my sunroom area, and I have chairs there. And we kind of sat in there and talked for a while. Just me and Kimmy. Camera's gone. We just chilling, eating, and talking. No problems. None. That's why after that, you then see us at the bachelorette party. No problems. See you at the vow renewal. Got no beef or problems. Matter of fact, at the vow renewal, at the reception part, when I sat at the table, because I had a name tag on my table, Tisha, Marcel, Kimmy, Maurice, they all came and sat at the table. We were all talking. We were talking about the kids and almost being teenagers and all this stuff. Having just good, positive conversation. There was no drama being had, just talking and chatting it up. Then, of course, I left when I felt like a boundary was crossed that I had already shared with production that wouldn't be okay with me. So then I gracefully left. I didn't make a scene. I'm not finna go off and blow up. None of that. I gracefully, like the lady I am, got up, went over to Miss Nell and them. A part y'all didn't see is when I told her I was about to go, she called her photographer that they had paid to take pictures. Hey, Melody's about to leave. Come over here and take some pictures with us. I took some pictures with them. We took pictures. And I left. No big deal for me at all. And so at that point, no, and that's another thing. No, there was no violation of a protective order. That's another thing I noticed too. A lot of people think they know every single in and out of what has taken place when they pull documents. And some of the stuff y'all be saying that was active at the time, or this was this at the time, y'all had it all wrong. But that's another conversation for another day. So anyway, another conversation for another day. And so it was literally me having that boundary in place myself. Me. Just know that. Me. Okay? So, I left. No biggie. Nothing about it. Okay? Nothing about it. And I dipped out. I dipped out because when I ran up there to tell them bye, and Miss Nell motioned for the photographer to come take the pictures, Destiny tried to run up there too and was all up in my face. And I was like, okay. And I got out of there. Dipped on out, right? So that was that. But there was no order in place at that time. It was my boundary that I set for myself. And I've learned that a lot of people don't do well with boundaries, or they're not good at sticking to the boundaries, and whatever. And so they don't understand it. So when we get to the clips y'all have seen for the reunion, considering that I've had conversation, it's been understood why these questions are being asked, but I really don't care. And we have a great conversation about it. I've already met with Maurice. We hashed it out, apologized to each other. And I told him in that scene, I said, well, Maurice, I don't know if it aired. Y'all can tell me because I don't know. But I told him in that scene, I said, well, listen, Kimmy already mentioned she would like for me not to talk about it again. I said, and I'm going to tell you like I told her. I said, you ain't got to worry about me talking about it no more. That's it. And I never brought it up since. And if you think about it, the only people that I had the conversation or asked questions with was when the cameras was up filming. Nobody else I talked to on an everyday basis was I discussing some lips and red lipstick. Because I didn't really care. Okay? But I guess maybe production understands that they have more of one family on this show and they can stick together and choose not to talk about nothing. So then they got to see who can they get to ask the questions. That's fine, right? So Maurice and I, cool, calm, collected, makeup, apologies, we good. And he even understood. I said, maybe because you're around me when there's a person in the room that I don't fool with, so maybe that's why you don't get the nice melody, because the energy's already messed up. And he said, you know what, Mel? Don't know if they aired that or not, but in the real scene, he said, you right, I feel you. Because I haven't been around you like without that, because the only time y'all been around me is if we're filming, and usually everybody's there. So that was that, you know what I'm saying? And my Mimosas with Melody event happened. They came. I text Kimmy, and by the way, I also text Kimmy whenever he got arrested. I know there was a conversation about nobody reached out. There was a conversation about that nobody reached out, I think, but one or two people on this show. Do y'all want to see that text message? Because I definitely text. I definitely text Kimberly and checked on her for sure. Because again, like I've said, I understand how stuff like that as a woman can be a lot, because we do carry a lot. Yes, she said that. Oh, she did say that. So let me go ahead and hold on. Let me screenshot this text for y'all. So y'all gonna have to hold on because it's gonna pause. I'm gonna screenshot it to this phone and I'm gonna show you guys. And we're back. We back? So let's see. So let me show you guys this, because I think I saw that in a clip And I remember thinking, dang, this what we do? Like, we just making stuff up. It's like, God, sheesh. Now, I don't know the date of no arrest, so y'all gonna have to look it up for yourselves, because I don't know. But I will show you the text. June 10th. Can y'all see that? Right there, June 10th. And I'll read it to you. Okay, June 10th. At 5:47 p.m. That's what that is. Hey, Kimmy, this is Mel checking on you, as I'm sure it's been a lot. So just checking on you, sending prayers. She wrote me back at 10 p.m. Hey, chick, I'm good. Appreciate you checking. Have a great week. August 3rd, I called her to invite her to Mimosas with Melody. She said, sorry, I missed your call. I'll be there. I said, hey, okay. I figured you might have been busy. It's for men and women. So I was inviting Maurice too. Let me know so I can have y'all a spot. She said, no problem. I'll tell him. Again, this is all after the whole conversations about any lipstick. That stuff is resolved. It's done, over, through, complete. And then August 13th, I text her, said, hi, Kimmy and Reese. Thank you both for coming out on Saturday. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. That's right here, August 13th. They came to my Mimosas with Melody event. I also sent her this video. She was with one of my millimeters, and my photographer, I think Freddie O, captured this. And I could just tell in this video that there was a moment those two had. I didn't know what it was, but I could tell there was some kind of moment. So I sent it to her, you know, like they were hugging, and it was something. I just knew it was something. And anyway, she ended up telling me that the lady was a survivor of cancer. And so yeah, they did have a moment, and I sent it to her. And then I sent her this picture from my photographer. I didn't have to. I sent this to them. I said, good, going through all the pics and videos now. We'll send you some throughout the next 2 days. That's me. That's what I said right there. Sent her that. Freddie O took it. She said, good morning. Thanks, Mel. I said, good morning. Y'all look so nice. That's me right there. Good morning. Y'all look so nice. She said, thanks. Right? She said, yeah, the pics came out really nice. That lady I hugged in the video was a 30-year breast cancer survivor. That's her right there. She said the lady was a 30-year breast cancer survivor. So again, here we are talking. There are no issues. What? Okay. Then we get to October. Nothing happens in between that, just so y'all know. The vow renewal is the finale. I was sitting at the table. They came and sat at the table. We were all talking about kids and stuff. All good. Then the reunion happens. And for one, I thank God for my team, because my team is like, they're not about to let me cut a fool, no way, and get out of character, because I got too much going on, too much at stake. They gon' prep talk me every time. Hey, all right, listen, you go ahead and keep your calm now. Don't let nobody come. You know they may come. Don't let nobody come for you, and don't get you out of character. I'm like, I was like, I'm not. Don't worry, I'm not. So then we get there on the stage, and there's this whole different energy that's totally different. I ain't gonna lie, if I can be honest with y'all, it shocked me, and it's really sad. It's super, super sad, to be absolutely honest. It's very sad. That's all I say. It's very sad. And I'm sitting there, and I'm listening at all this vitriol that's coming out with somebody who, and this is why, again, I say y'all don't ever see any resolution. Because people put batteries in people's backs because they don't really want resolution. They don't really want resolution. How beautiful would it have been to have kept the real? Like, the real is what the combos is happening on these phones, the real. How beautiful would it have been to have kept the real, and y'all have been able to see, you know what, all that happened this season, but man, look, that's dope. That's dope. Like, they good. They good up there. They straight. How dope would that have been? The real. So Instead, we got all this rah-rah. And I'm not fixing to really be rah-rah. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I'm not finna be rah-rah with folks. I'm not doing it. Did I run off any stage crying? No. Did I shed a tear on that stage? No. Did I almost shed a tear on that stage? No. I don't know where that rumor came from either. But I'm definitely not gonna be rah-rahing with you either. I'm still gonna be respectful. I'm gonna keep my composure. I'm gonna smile to keep my composure to make sure I stay okay. But to see how it went from that resolution to wanting moments, that is crazy to me. And I'm telling you, I remember going back with my team from the stage, and the one word I kept saying was delusional. 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 These folks delusional. That's all I can say. They delusional. Oh my gosh. How do we have conversations and there's resolution and then you get up here and act a different way? Totally different. And again, I say that is why there is no, y'all don't witness resolution. It's not because, oh, Melody likes to keep up mess and Melody likes to da-da-da. No, it's because you got some people who wanting promotions, more checks, or whatever the case may be, who are choosing to try to keep up mess. Like, who are choosing to, I need to have an issue with Mel on camera, you know? Who are choosing to do that. Because there's also a recording of someone on this show being told that they're not, because I inquired were they going to a scene, being told that they are on ice. And if you're in TV, on ice means like we're not putting you in nothing right now. That they're on ice is quiet, in other words. That they're on ice because they appear to be a male supporter and a millimeter supporter. Now, my team thought I was going to quit that day because we all heard it. And they thought I was going to quit that day. Because then it became, you know how when you're thinking something and you kind of think you know something, but then it's kind of different whenever you really hear it. Like, you really hear it. That becomes a whole different thing. That becomes a whole different thing. Just like how you might be like, I think my man cheating. But then if you see your man cheating or you see your woman cheating, it's a whole different thing. And now I've been sitting back and I see it and it all just makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. So why there was so much energy from Kimberly, I really can't tell y'all. I'm not going to come back here and address it again because I don't have anything. I can't tell you. I don't have anything that I can say about it. I can say that when she was going through her situation with cancer, I would check on her. I would send, and this is not just filming. I know y'all saw me go to her house one day with some white roses or something when we were filming a scene, she and I. But I sent flowers outside of camera. It wasn't just about camera time for me. See, this is when you talk about people not maybe being able to see eye and eye, but we know when to show up and pull up for each other, right? Period. So I sent flowers just because I'm like, let me put a smile on her face that she probably, you know, she's got a lot she's going through. I've had paid to have a meal made and sent over. I think we ended up talking about it on a reunion one season. That wasn't filmed. That wasn't nothing. I ain't post about it. It wasn't, you know, it was just me trying to be a kind person. Because again, even though we ain't kicking it and hanging like we used to, if there was ever what you would have considered a real friendship, you show up for each other. You show up for each other. Now, if you ask me, has she ever showed up for me? No. 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 Even when it came to the party, the cancer party thing we did for the show, her beating cancer. Whenever we had the conversation in production, I was like, I've been wanting to do something for us. I said, I'm gonna be real. I was just gonna set up like I told them I want to set up like a massage thing or whatever. And I think they said, well, Tisha was doing some kind of massage something. So I can do something else. But that was real. That was real. And so, yeah. But can I say that there's been a show up for me? No. And I don't let it get to me too bad, because one thing I know is it's not where you sow. You don't reap where you sow, you reap what you sow. So at the end of the day, God is still sending the right people in my life to show me and give me and reciprocate, right? So it's all good. Let's talk about Trish. Y'all ready for it? Y'all ready for it? Ooh, let me get a sip of my grape juice, baby. We taking this thing low and slow, slow and low and low and slow, because I need y'all to know the facts and I need y'all to comprehend it and understand. Trish. Never met Trish, had never heard of her. Didn't know anything about her. Love you too, Canavis. Didn't know anything about her. So no reason to have a problem with her. The first time I heard of issue, or not even issue, but the conspiracy stuff, was on the girls trip. I had never heard about it before. Nobody had said anything to me about it. So I sat there and listened, and I'll be real with y'all, I didn't care. And that's why I just sat there and listened, because I didn't care. I didn't care. I felt like whatever happened after I left April 4th, 2020, I don't care. I don't care. So I sat there with no expression because I didn't care. Now, considering she was on a trip of mine, still do I feel like there could have been a, hey, look, I just want you to know these are some conversations happening amongst this group. I know you invited me on the trip. Matter of fact, the night I invited people on the trip at the food tasting, I actually was kind of defending her and Ken, if you remember. I don't know if y'all remember that scene. I was kind of defending them. So I mean, I didn't care. But could there have been a, hey girl, just a heads up, this is what's going on. Nothing happened or something did happen, but it was this time. I don't want no beef. Let's just be cool. All right, bet. That didn't happen. Could that have happened? Yeah, but other than that, I didn't care. So let's get to the scene when she's questioned. Because I'm going to get this out today, and I'm telling you, I'm not doing this every day at all. So the girl trip happens. She left early. Well, let me ask y'all this, because I don't know if it aired or not. Did y'all see a scene where Trish and I met up after the girls trip at a bakery shop? Did y'all see that? Drop it in the chat. Let me pull my receipt while y'all drop it in the chat. Did y'all see the scene at all where me and Trish met up at a bakery shop after the girls trip, like right after the girls trip when we got back to Alabama? Yeah, I haven't grilled that girl. If I can be real with y'all, at Nell's party, the person who asked the most questions was Kimmy and them. I asked a couple, but I didn't know her. And I didn't even know the whole scandal part of it, so I didn't know. So they did air me and Trish at the bakery shop? Oh, okay, good. Well, I got to show y'all the receipts. So at that scene, don't know what all they showed. But when she tried to even bring up my ex, then I said, girl, hopefully they showed you. I was like, girl, I did not care. Look, we ain't got to talk about that. She asked me some advice of going from corporate and being an entrepreneur and wanting to open this gym and balancing that all and being a mommy with busy kids, doing this, that, and the other. There was a whole conversation. And I gave her some advice. And when she tried to get into the X of it all, I was like, girl, we ain't got it. Girl, we do not have to talk about that. Girl, no. I don't know if y'all are talking about the scene I'm talking about. Not the one where I questioned her about my house and what it looked like. Not that one. Ooh, this might be good. Because I see somebody just said something that made me think about that one. I'm not talking about that one. Have you guys seen two scenes with Trish and I by ourselves? Two. At a bakery shop. Canavy said gave her the blueprint. They just showed the one about me asking about my house. So see, y'all didn't get the bakery scene. Oh, let's go to it. See, now we get somewhere. So y'all didn't see that one. You see the scandal of it all, the painting of the picture of it all. Let me pull up the receipt. I think I already texted this one to this phone. So y'all didn't see that one. Only one. No, there was one before that one. Guys, right after the trip. Let's go right here. So this one was, y'all know the girls trip was in March. This was April the 5th. Friday, April 5th, Melody, call time 4:30. The location is the Moon Bake Shop. Let's pull it up and y'all can tell me if y'all saw it. The Moon Bake Shop. So y'all didn't see that one? Dang. Wow, they wanted it to be a problem with me and that girl so bad, didn't they? Dang. Maybe because I didn't give a care in the scene. And I was like, girl, Girl, I do not care about that. Maybe they ain't like that. So the Moon Bake Shop, here's what it looks like. The Moon Bake Shop. I had never been there before, actually. I had seen it downtown, but I hadn't been there. I was like, pretty cool. Here it is. This is what it looks like on the inside. See that? Did y'all see that? That's what it looks like on the inside. Oh, y'all didn't see that. Okay, so let's talk about it. So the date was April 5th. Y'all know we're on the girl trip in March. So right after the girl trip, like I said, I had a mimosas with Melody in Atlanta. I want to say it was March 30th or 31st. I did mimosas with Melody. Then next week I had this scene. This scene, I was cool, good. You know, she tried to bring up the situation with my ex. I said, girl, I don't care nothing about that. You ain't got to explain nothing to me. The past is past. I don't care. That's my ex. I do not care, okay? Gave her some advice. She asked me about balancing and being a mom and all that. Like I just told y'all. Did all that. Gave her some advice. And, hey, I said, I see you. And so, anyway, did that. Scene was fine. And then I had another scene after that where it was look, we can't seem to get the truth out of this girl. Because, again, let's be clear. I'm one of the strongest characters on the show. Actually, I'll say I'm the strongest character on the show. And have been for a long time. So, we can't seem to get full answers. This time frame is just, we're getting different things. Can you try to get the facts? I was like, okay, sure, not a problem. Sure. So then you see me sitting there smiling and asking questions. So what color was it? So at nighttime? So did it mean a deer? You almost hit a deer. Oh, deer come out at night, girl. It must have been nighttime. What about the driveway? Was it a long driveway? Was it a steep driveway? Well, what road did you go down? I mean, listen, I ain't gonna lie, it was funny to me. I'm not gonna lie. That when I finished that scene, baby, I was cracking up the whole way to wherever I went to eat after that. Because that's usually what I'm gonna do after the scene. I'm gonna eat some good food. But literally, it was like, I had already had a scene where I didn't even want to talk about it and didn't care at the Moon Bake Shop. But typically, they do go to the strongest people. You can ask any, if you have friends or you know people on reality TV, ask them. They're going to go to the strongest person to get the answers to stuff they can't get the answers from nobody else. Just how it goes. It's what happens when you're the reality TV queen. Right? So, alright, let me go ahead and have some little fun with this girl. I'm gonna ask these questions. So, girl, what color was the house? Which house was that? Oh, that was the lighter house, the dark house. Did you go up by the hospital? No, not really. Okay. Well, how was the driveway? Okay. And I'm smiling like, Because I'm giving y'all what y'all want. Y'all want some facts. You want to know what the time frame span. What? Let me help y'all out since y'all need my help. Never pressed about what or who happened after I left. Never. That's why you saw the no phase when it came to the girls trip at the table when it came out. You saw, well, they didn't show you me at the Moon Bakery.
As I said at the start, this shit is heartbreaking. But stay tuned for part 2. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT. With QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT.